All right, let's get going. Try our best to get a long one in. I'm gonna go over that way and through the mountains and over and through the mountains today. We'll see how it goes. I'm more concerned about this today. I worked on this hip all morning between foam rolling, stretching, hoping that it doesn't lock up and tighten up on me. We'll see how far we get today. I'm gonna shoot in my mind, I'm thinking Moriarty. When we first moved here, we lived downtown with my grandfather for a bit. Then we eventually moved out to West Side, Westgate. And then we moved up here to the Northeast Heights. Up here is coming up here, Copper and Tramway. But I remember when we moved up here to the Heights, this here was just a 2-lane road. And it was a rough 2-lane road. It wasn't even like a nice. I mean, so we're talking, what year would we have moved up here to the Heights? Late 70s? Late 70s, you know, like 78, 79, somewhere in there. And these big wooden catwalks weren't even around. Man, I may have to stop again at some point and stretch my hip because it just feels like it wants to lock up. Ugh. Nice. I like that term, trail magic. Speaking of people that are fully equipped, there's somebody in front of me they look like they are loaded on that bike. Let's see if I could actually make this light. Yeah. It was 21 and people were trying to open up bike races, you know, so there was nothing going on here in New Mexico, so I was having to go. I was just trying to get as much bike racing under my belt as I could, but I was having to go to Texas, Arizona, and Colorado just to get any bike racing in 21 and 22. And that was one of the races. It was actually a 2-day race. Day one was from Williams, Arizona. So we actually stayed in Williams, my wife and I, and you go. $90. That's like going to Vegas. Well, although lately. All right, here we go. Get back on the road. See what kind of battery we got. 86. Take it. Crashes. I started my wife about that, I think. And I was talking to my mom too, but I think my hip is like a combination of like a car crash years ago when I was a teenager, multiple bike crashes landing on the side. There's one time I was out on my ATVs and made this jump and realized that there's no landing. Let go of the bike and I hit the ground, and then the four-wheeler hit me in the side of the hip. I think this is like a combination of a lot of things that was through the years. Even though I'm not racing, I'm like, I mean, look at me. I'm wearing instead of a $600 racing kit, I mean, granted, I got nice shorts on. I'm wearing a fishing shirt, a sun shirt, you know? And look, I used to make fun of people that wore cat ears on their helmet. And here I am, I got cat ears on my helmet. Y'all see my cat ears? Look at my cat ears. I thought it was the nerdiest thing, the funniest thing in the world to see people going by and they got these black fuzzy things on their helmet, but I'm a believer in them now. You try to tell me different, I'll fight you over it. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I knew that rock was right there, and so I avoided that rock, but didn't think about the rear wheel. I didn't think about the rear wheel of that, hit that rock and just popped the whole thing up. The stream bag Hold on, in fact, I gotta go secure the screen bag. It even came completely out of the bungee, so it rolled out of the bungee. It rolled out of the bungee and probably would have come out this hole in front of the trailer. The solar panel got wonky. In fact, I'm gonna go straighten some of that out while I leave this microphone plugged in here. So I'll be right back. Oh. You know, on me right now. I should quit right now and call my wife. Come pick up. When I'm within the home stretch, last 5 or 6 miles. It's like, I'm done. I don't want no more. Oh, okay, everybody. Oh, you know what I noticed too is looks like in that little wreck, a screw. One came out on the corner. Looks like this one popped out over here. Definitely gonna have to do some reinforcements on this here. I may be reconstructing this whole frame and doing the aluminum frame. But everyone, that's gonna do it for me today. Appreciate everybody that came around on all the chats, both YouTube and Twitch.